Wow. Wow. It's already 1:06 a.m. and I'm still doing this in ASMR. Good thing it's Odd Taxi. Now, let's call this. Looks like everybody is now in their proper places. How convenient for Otokawa to connect more dots to this mystery. All right. I think, you know what? Looks like Dobo is now also getting the idea that Yano is now involved in Otokawa's life because dilungot nila si Kakihane, si Kaki. Best friend pa naman ni Otokawa yon. And at the same time, Otokawa is staking Dobo out. Right, he really wants to get even with this guy for bullying Shirakawa, yung let's call this, yung lama na may gusto sa kanya. Right, she's a girl, siyempre. Otokawa was just being a gentleman, right? A vengeful gentleman at the very least. All right. Final scene. Otokawa now remembers where he saw that member of Mystery Kiss. Yun ang ka-date ni Kakihana. Sinabi ni Kakihana na he's going out on a date with this girl. Obviously, hindi kilala ni Kakihana si Nikaido ng Mystery Kiss. Alright, I think, Kakihana's not into idol groups. So yun, na-figure out kagad ni Otokawa, and he now has an idea of how to save his best friend. And at the same time, of course, expose Dobo. Talagang, I bet you guys that if he saves his best friend from Yano, he now has the chance of not only taking down Dobo but also Yano. Wow. These criminals, I tell you, hindi nila kaya ang pagkatuso ni Otokawa. Hindi nila kaya. Eventually, that's the way I see it right here. Overall, it's a really good episode. Okay. You know, pace-wise, it is slow enough to keep me on the edge of my seat. Alright? The way Otokawa figures these things out, deep in the back of my, right in the back of my mind, I don't know. We still don't know why he's doing this. Okay? Si Goriki, yung kaibigan niyang doktor, I said that it's probably due to synesthesia. Kumaga, your synesthesia is also a condition wherein one of your senses is interpreting an input as another. Alright, pero the way I see it, Otokawa has this innate ability of, what you call this? No, not an innate ability. A dangerous photographic memory. Right, that's how I see it. And the pacing of this episode really made me understand that pwede nga siya siguro sakit, or he trained himself to recognize people's faces right away, or he was flat out born with it. Alright, kinuwento na rin ni Goriki yung backstory ni Otokawa here, which dates back to his childhood. Alright, so in just one episode, we're now able to get a clue as to Odokawa's personality and probably the reason why he's doing all this. Alright? Wow. Okay. Ang flow naman. Well, first gear shift here I saw was when Nikaido visited Kakihana in that place na kung saan tinatago siya kasi well, tinotorture din siya nila Yano eh. Right? Remember, Mr. Ikis's manager is an underling of Yano. And Yano and Tobo are on the same level kasi direct underling naman sila ng isang crime boss. But they're in competition with each other. Right? Tobo would love to take Yano down and well, the feeling is mutual for Yano. Para wala na siyang kakompetensya. And well, final gear shift came when Odokawa realized that the reason why Kakihana is in trouble right now is because of this girl from Mystery Kiss. Ito pala, doon lang niya na-remember na ito pala yung huling taong nakasama ni Kakihana before he went missing. So yeah, he has to do something. At dalawang beses na siyang sinasak. Dalawang beses na sinasakyan ni Kaido ang taxi ni Odokawa. So talagang tandang-tanda siya. Right? Odokawa absolutely remembers her face. Wow. Right? So those two gear shifts the final gear shift will play a role in the home stretch of this anime. Right? I don't know. I still don't know how many episodes on Taxi will run. So, but right now it's episode 8. So I'm assuming that malapit na magtapos ang anime na to. Okay, plot-wise, again, it's elaborate, but well mapped out enough to make you understand what is going on. Right? Well, probably even the rookie viewer will get the point of this episode. Right? And if you ask me, well, Odokawa is getting this close to taking both Yano and Tobo down. Right? All by himself. Right? Well, again, the moral lesson of this anime: never underestimate taxi drivers. They are smarter than you half the time. So again, another great episode from this anime. Talk about what you call this? Staying consistent when it comes to having critics rate you, right? So, Taxi episode 8. Bakit? Kasi, well, you gotta root for the main protagonist of this anime, so Odokawa, right? Because he is that close now to giving a double whammy on, well, probably the two main villains of this anime, Yano and Tobo. Now, we all know Tobo is a douchebag, but Yano is an even bigger douchebag, right? He's more than willing to go this far just to get ahead in this mafia he's in. Kaya sila ni Tobo just to outdo Tobo, Right? Kumpara mo yung mga connections nila Yano at Dobo. Yano has better connections than Dobo. Well, Dobo kasi he's a certified thug. Right? Nonetheless, he's a douchebag. Okay? He's a douchebag. And well, Otokawa is that close to taking him down. I can feel that. Alright. And well, like I said countless times in this review, Otokawa is that close now to taking down not just Dobo but probably Yano as well. Kasi well, dinami na ni Yano kaibigan niya. Yano might as well go down with Dobo. Okay, so I don't know how Otokawa developed this devilish brain of his. Right? Here's my conspiracy theory on Otokawa. He is probably, well, there's more to Otokawa than well, we still have yet to get to really know Otokawa better. The only thing we know about Otokawa's past is through Dr. Gurigi. Yung kanyang chador kasi kinuwento kay Shirakawa in this episode. Right? So yun lang. But the way I see it, siguro dating criminal ito, si Otokawa. And he's probably paid dearly for his crimes and is now making out to it by, well, being a taxi driver, living a law-abiding life right now. Okay, so well, there's more to kailangan meron pa tayong dapat malaman kay Otokawa. I'm sure all MMPics are setting us up for such an episode. I can feel that. All right. So if you know how many episodes Odd Taxi will run, comment below. Right? Comment below. I really love to know that. So again, Odd Taxi episode 8. Next episode has been teasered. Looks like magkakainitan na. Looks like business is about to pick up, but you know me, guys. I don't trust teasers. So all we have to do is wait for next week and watch that episode. So we can deep dive into it again. Remember, Odd Taxi has that deep dive factor. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna tell you why. Because this episode opened with Maeda no longer on his deathbed. Alright. So nandun na lang balangay si Kurusu. Okay. He's the main character of this episode now. He's the main character of this episode. Dahil ang laking gulo pa na ng ginawa ng earthquake na yun. Okay. This episode has been set 10 days after the earthquake happened. So the elite vampire units have been going around killing the vampires. Then this vaccine has been distributed to the common folk as a vaccine. Pero yun pala, it turns them into vampires. Kuroso is just wandering around the city looking for his fellow Code Zero, his Code Zero mates. All of them are missing. Well, we all know that Yamagami was killed. Okay, Yamagami is now dead. because he was helping out Maeda. And natamaan siya ng sunlight. Namatay. That was 2 episodes ago. And, well, what is his other associates have been, one of them, the one with the face mask. I forgot his name already. Si Soa, yun. Soa is also helping out with the relief effort in his own way. Hindi pa sila nakikita well, obviously, hindi pa sila nakikita ni Kuroso. Right? And so is, Takeuchi is missing. And of course, Colonel Maeda. So, ang laking gulo ng ginawa ng lintol na to. Right? It's like the title of the episode says. It's purgatory. Right? Nagmukhang purgatorio ang lugar. Okay. And, wow. All of a sudden, yung Alipores de defraud, pinagpapatay ang mga vampire units. Okay. And he actually killed just one of them. The one that went rogue killed the rest of his comrades. Yep. It's total and utter chaos. Right? Final scene. The camera panned to the location where it all started. Okay, where the actual storyline started. Doon namatay si Misaki. Excuse me. That's where the exact spot where Misaki died. He got disintegrated by sunlight. Yep, that was in the pilot. And Colonel Maeda saw it all. But there was a fresh bouquet of flowers there. Then parang, yeah, it might have belonged to Colonel Maeda. Yung parang patch dito that tells everybody what his rank is. 3 stars yun. I think that belonged to him. Kay Maeda yun. He visited the Misaki's final resting place. Kasi doon nga siya namatay eh. So, there's hope. Okay, there is hope amongst the chaos. And I think Kuroso hasn't seen that yet. Siguro pag nakita ni Kuroso yun, matutuwa yun. He now has that idea that, well, Colonel Maeda is still alive. But, well, I don't think Maeda is human anymore. Based on what happened in the last episode. Mukhang natuloy yun. Overall, it's a good episode. Alright? It's a really good episode. Pace. Yeah, it is slow. I almost dozed off at one point. I gotta admit, I almost dozed off at one point. And talagang it was slow enough to show the viewer that this is how the earthquake destroyed Tokyo. Okay, this is now set 10 days after the earthquake happened. Kumbaga, 10 days after episode 7, after the events at episode 7, roughly. Right? So, you know what? The pacing was so slow that I almost dozed off. Medyo inantok ako. Okay, that's my only complaint. The pacing. Now the flow. Well, the first gear shift came in the opening scene when Kuroso just stood there from where Colonel Maeda was. Right? When he was impaled by that rebar. May dugo pa nga eh. I think he has figured out that Colonel Maeda was there. Kasi vampire siya eh. I think vampires here can detect the blood of other vampires. Nadidetect nila yan. Right? If alam nila kung may dumaang vampire na rito sa lugar na to, I think Kurusu has that ability. Kasi talagang full-fledged vampire siya. Alright. Second gear shift came when him and their pharmacist connection met. It's Kurusu tsaka yung kakilala nila pharmacist met. Yep, I consider that a gear shift because if it weren't for that, hindi makikita ni Kurusu yung mga ibang vampire kasi that pharmacist's name is Tenmanya. Tenmanya actually set up a home for refugee vampires. Yung talagang nawala ng hanap buhay, nawala ng buhay after the earthquake. So, doon niya muna pinatira. And Kurusu now has that peace of mind that innocent vampires will not be slaughtered by these by these vampire units by General Nakajima. All right, they will not be victims of this screw job of his. Okay, final gear shift came when, of course, Defrot's Lucky kills the final vampire unit na buhay pa. That went rogue. Alright. I don't know what he's laughing at. No, it's creepy. It is really creepy. Now plot. No, it's I feel it feels like an ordinary plot to me. It feels like an ordinary plot to me. Kasi it's an aftermath episode. So you'll be expecting the psychological implications, the implications of this earthquake on Code Zero. Kasi talagang watak-watak silang yun eh. Okay, so alright, it's a moderate plot. It's a moderate plot they used here. I tell you. So it's another good episode from this anime, but not as great as I would expect it to be. Okay. So Mars Red episode 8. Alright. Bakit? Kasi, well, you gotta understand. This is probably the most important episode. The way I see it, this is the most important episode of this anime. Kasi, this is a what economists would call a black swan event, a totally unforeseen event. Not by anyone, not by anything. Not even General Nakajima foresaw this. Na magkakalindon na ganito. Na magkakalindon ng ganitong agrabe. So, well, in a way, that sidetracked this plan, right? And that sidetracked everybody's plans, even General Nakajima, even Nakajima's, and of course especially Code Zero, kasi nagkawatak-watak sila rito eh. Alright, so how will Kurusu fare now? Up to now he just couldn't find his comrades in Code Zero, but I think he already has an inkling of where Maeda is, based on what he saw in the opening scene. I think he has a pretty good idea on where to look for him. Well, he's in that area of kung saan namatay si Misaki. Right? He's in that area. I think he's going to get some clues. I think he will get some clues there, based on what we saw in the final scene. But I don't think he's gonna like that news, kasi he was there when when Maeda defended his would-be father-in-law kung nabuhay si Misaki. Right? He's seen that. I think, well, I only got theories here. My theory for that one is, I think he doesn't trust Colonel Maeda anymore. Right? General Nakajima's plan is wrong. Any way you see it. So I think a mutiny is overdue. I think a mutiny is due here. Right? Kasi nearly every member of Code Zero except Suwa and of course Kurusu are missing. So they're down 3 men. So how are they going to solve this? Watak-watak sila. Right? And they're not on their separate ways because of a quarrel or an argument. No, it's because of a natural disaster. Right? This earthquake that happened changed is probably the most important event of this anime, because asahan nyo magkakaroon ng changes sa storyline, especially going into the final 5 episodes. This is episode 8, so episode 9 starts the home stretch of this anime. So the aftermath is we're just scratching the surface for this episode. The earthquake is the most important event of this anime, because talagang magbabago lahat ng plano, probably even General Nakajima's. Okay, although he's already dispatched his elite vampire unit. Right? This will also change the way Code Zero does business. Nalaman ni Kurusu tsaka ni Yamagami. Unfortunately, Yamagami is now gone. Okay, so maraming implications ang episode na to. Right? That is one reason. That's another reason why I gave it the 2 thumbs up. Alright, so again, Mars Red episode 8. Title of the next episode has been teasered. Based on it, well, ayoko magsalita tapos, pero it's probably going to feel like mukhang maraming suspecha lalabas dito sa episode na to. So we better watch that one next week. I'm glad I'm doing this in ASMR because, well, I hate to break it to you guys, but Escanor is gone. They were able to defeat the Demon King, and it took, well, basically practically a new team move by the 7 deadly sins themselves. We've all seen 7 deadly sins in Prisoners of the Sky. Yep, seen that OVA. It's a team move right there, but this was a sort of a variation of that. It it's not 7 simultaneous full counters right here going back to Meliodas, but 7 separate full counters, one at a time. Then the final full counter came, of course. Meliodas had to Meliodas gave the final full counter when no dumating na sa kanya. Super lakas na. And all it took was that one to snuff out the Demon King. But not directly at the Demon King, but on Merlin's advice, he should hit the water with that. So doon niya pinadaan. And well, a move, the team move is called Nemesis, and rightfully so, because they were dealing with the Demon King here, right? No nemesis can be more dangerous than that. Okay, so that move can destroy a country like Britannia. But pero nagtaka si Zeldris kung bakit hindi rin nawala ang Britannia. Meliodas gave him the secret. Pinadaan niya yung final na full counter. Doon niya pinapunta yung Nemesis sa Magic Lake, and let the Magic Lake do its worst on the Demon King. Kaya any excess magic na ilalabas ng Demon King, i-absorb na lang yun ng Magic Lake, which did happen. Kaya hindi nadamay ang buong Britannia sa ginawa ng 7 deadly sins na yun. Wow! One of the biggest final boss battles I have ever seen. Grabe to. Grabe ito. And well, it did come at a cost. Final scene. Well, sinayid kasi ni Escanor yung kapangyarihan niya. And as a result, he slowly disintegrated. Nagpaalam na siya sa mga ibang deadly sins kay Mael. And he wasn't able to say goodbye to Gelda and Zeldris kasi noon kaka na sila umalis. And well, he told his true feelings to Merlin, and to everyone's surprise, Merlin felt the same way. Hinalikan pa nga siya, and it left a serious burn mark on her chin. Kumbaga sinabi ni Merlin na this will be my remembrance from you, na minsan may tanda ito na minsan may nagmahal sa akin. So medyo kilig moment yun, but it did not erase the fact that Escanor is dying, and then he did die. Kumbaga nilamon na siya na sarili niyang apoy until he disintegrated and simply went to the sky, yung abo niya. So as a sign of good service and of course friendship, Meliodas stayed on to see him off. So yun nga sinabi ni Meliodas, rest well, Escanor. Wow, I never expected that ending. I never expected that ending to a 7 Deadly Sins episode. For even much less one of them to go out that way. Okay. Overall, yeah, I would be a hypocrite if I told you that this is not a great episode. No, it's one of the best. It is one of the best episodes of this anime in all its 4 seasons. For me, this is the best because the it was justifiably slow right after they defeated, right after they destroyed the Ten Commandments. Right after Meliodas destroyed the Ten Commandments, it took on a really slow pace, and I never thought it would lead to that, Escanor's death. Kaya pala. So the pacing was justified, right? And everybody was wow. Sabi nga ni Merlin, we're gonna be sleeping for a week after all of this. Talagang patang-pata silang lahat. Even Meliodas. Well, of course, Escanor doesn't feel tired because he was dying. Alright, he was dying, so he doesn't feel tired at all. Well, he was slowly feeling that eternal rest. Okay, so flow. Yep. Probably the first gear shift I saw here was when Meliodas, using his now Demon King powers, to destroy the Ten Commandments. Yep, you heard me, mga ka-lifestyle. He now has that kind of power. Kahit si Zeldris na mangha sa kanya. Sabi nga ni Zeldris nun in this episode, you're now even that kind of power. It's now above fathers. Ibig sabihin na talagang mas malakas na siya sa kanyang sariling ama ngayon, si Meliodas. That's why he was able to destroy the Ten Commandments on his own power. Okay, Meliodas is one scary son of a bitch right now. Grabe. And I am glad he's a good guy. And I'm glad he's captain of the 7 deadly sins. Alright. And final gear shift came, of course, when the camera slowly panned to Escanor, and we all see that he is slowly being eaten by his own flames. So talagang this is it. Escanor will die. So yun nga, Escanor's death is the final gear shift of this episode. Probably the most important gear shift in the home stretch of this anime. Kasi nalagasan na sila ng isa. So you probably can't call them the 7 deadly sins anymore kasi hindi na sila 7 eh. Escanor is gone. Alright. And plot. Shut up ako. Okay. And basta ang lungkot. Okay. Ang lungkot ng ending. Alright. Escanor is probably one of the anime's most famous character and one of the anime's most loved characters because of his puniness sometimes, and he's sometimes more OP than Meliodas, especially during season 3. Talagang minahal natin lahat si Escanor. Minahal natin lahat. He's one of the most loved characters of this anime, and for him to go out like that, talagang malulungkot ka talaga. You will feel sadness. Okay, sadness is enveloping my entire body right now, because one of my favorite characters, of all time, is now dead. Okay, he's gone. And, I think it's not just Escanor's death, but the destruction, but the death of the Demon King. That was a satisfying one. Okay, so those two events in this episode made this episode arguably the best of this entire anime for me. So, the 7 Deadly Sins Dragon's Judgment episode 20. Yep. First 2 thumbs up in a big though I've ever given since recording these reviews right here in the garage. Ever since I started streaming and recording reviews from here. That was my first 2 thumbs up and a big though. Sabi ko sa inyo, this is arguably the best episode of this anime. But because it has one of the saddest endings in all of anime. Yep. We will miss Escanor. We will definitely miss the guy. Because, well, not only is he's one of, he's quite a lovable character. Besides being one of the most OP, of course. Okay. Besides being one of the most OP. I'm gonna miss Escanor's advances at Merlin, especially when he's in his puny human form. Yeah, it's every time I look at him in his puny human form, I get to laugh sometimes. All right, I get to laugh sometimes, but when he's in his OP, in his god tier form, right? The one ultimate. Oh yeah, he was a god. He was, I think he's the most powerful deadly sin at that point. I said the one ultimate. Wow, he almost punched the Demon King's lights out. The one ultimate siya. Grabe. Tarsek ang Demon King sa kabilang parte ng yung ginawang arena ni Diane in 2 episodes ago. Talagang tumarsek ang Demon King noon. He hit him right here. Right cross on the jaw. Wow. As if I was watching Cestus versus M10 at that moment. I'm sure gonna miss Escanor. What about you guys? Comment below, okay? I really want to. Come on, let's show some love for Escanor just this once. No, he's dead already. Come on, show him some love, okay? So again, the 7 Deadly Sins Dragon's Judgment episode 20. We will miss you, Escanor. So, title of the next episode has been teasered. Ganun lang. But it has the word witch in it. Does this mean the girl to send? Ayoko magsalita ng tapos. Alright, ayoko magsalita ng tapos. Kaya panoorin na natin ang episode na to next week. Talagang abangers na tayo. Because we're now down to the final 4 episodes of this anime. No one should miss these final 4. Alright? Especially us 7 Deadly Sins fans. Alright? We should not miss it. Impressive. Alright. No fight scenes here, but pretty intense. Let me explain. Kasi, well, Sawa was assigned a bodyguard by the name of Rinko. Well, she herself has a power of her own. Grabe. May lumalamas na metal dito sa kamay niya. Alright? And that was in full effect when she single-handedly took out some terrorists while they were while they were on this train. Kasi some terrorists came to spoil their quiet time. She took all three of them out herself. Hindi nakialam si Sawa. Grabe. You know, I felt sorry for the last one she killed. Right? Pinasaka niya ng parang ng bakal dito na panaksa at pinag-ikot-ikot niya doon sa ng bibig. Tapos isang bolo lang niyang ganun. Wala. Aside from killing people, she loves booze. Right? She's a connoisseur of wine and alcohol. And wow, I was shocked, okay, na hindi lang pala si Sawa ang merong hidden power. Okay? Pati pala itong si Rinko. Hindi ako na-orientan. Okay, final scene. Well, she meets up with Iori for a mission briefing, but okay, she went berserk and she exposes Iori for his own dirty little secret. Now, that's where the episode ended. Pinakita lang yung likod ni Iori na ano to, parang ang lalaki namang mga pilat to. Where did he get that? Right? Makes you really want to think. Okay? Makes you really want to think. Okay? Overall, it is a fucking good episode. Okay? Another great episode from this anime. Hands down. Base pa lang. It's a good mix. It's a good mix of fast and slow. Kasi well, definitely yung terrorist scene, yeah, that was fast and tense. All right, grabe. Well, Sawa has a potential ally in Rinko. Mukhang, I don't know, I'll explain it later. All right. So, and yeah, then of course it got fast again during the final scene. Alright. So maganda yung mix niya of fast and slow. Shall we say the pacing was balanced. Alright. The pace picked up only when it needed to be. Kaya balance siya. Balancing ang pacing. Alright. Flow naman. First gear shift is of course when Sawa decided to go back to her hometown and well, pay her respects to the dead. Kasi she is the only Karasomori alive right now. Her whole clan got decimated by none other than Janome. Alright. Bumalik siya doon para to pay her final respects. Sinabayan naman siya ni Rinko. She even poured wine on the headstone. But I think in the Shinto faith you can do that kasi if a person is known to love alcohol, you can do that. Hindi kabastusan yun. But you do that in any other religion. Yup. Someone Someone can punch your lights out. Someone can punch your lights out for that. But in the Shinto ways, you can do that. Hindi kabastusan yan. You are actually revering the dead that way. You're actually revering the dead that way. Okay, so another lesson in I think it's another lesson in another lesson in another religion. What am I? Why are my wordings so out of whack right now? But anyway, so yeah. Second gear shift game is of course that scene where Rinko took out all the terrorists. Wala siyang iniwang buhay. Wala siyang iniwang buhay. And she even told the general who was also on that train, you might not as well finish that sentence. Kumbaga, sara mo na lang yung bibig mo and take the credit. That's basically what she's saying to this general. Alright? Isara mo na lang yung bunganga mo and take all the credit for it. I guess, that goes to show us how ruthless Noe is. We all know that Noe is the Tokugawa's personal assassination squad, based on what we've known so far in this anime. Alright? Kumbaga, secret police, yun ang pinaka-Gestapo ng Tokugawa regime. Right? They're much like what Noe is to the Tokugawas like what the Gestapo was to the Nazis. Yeah, parang ganun yan. Right, parang ganun yan. So, final gear shift game, of course, when Sawa met up with attended that mission briefing, or so we thought. She just wanted to confirm something, kaya niya ginanon si Iori, right? And I think she's found out Iori's dirty little secret. Okay, now we need to shed some light on this because the final gear shift will play a role in the final 5 episodes of this anime. Tandaan nyo, this is episode we're now in the final 5 episodes pala. Joran kasi is a 13 episode run, so episode 9 starts it off. So this may play the role in the 4 remaining episodes. So you gotta take note of this, of what happened in the final scene, this particular gear shift. Okay, can't wait for that. Now plot. Yeah, this is moderately plotted because kasi balance yung pace, so you have to do a moderate plot for this kasi call this konting sa isang scene drama, sa isang scene naman wow, over the top action, then drama ulit, then final scene, another action packed sequence. So you only need a moderate plot for that. Nothing elaborate, nothing fancy, just straight up storytelling as to how Sawa is conducting this one last job that Iori is referring to. I think she kinds of get it now, and I think, okay, I told you guys, Joran has that deep dive factor, and this episode is no different. Makakapag-deep dive ka eh. Kasi, well, I think Sawa gets the point now. Right? And I think she's going to take matters into her own hands. Right? Kasi sinabi na rin ni Iori that the score for the Karasomori blood hasn't been settled yet. Right? Maybe Iori is gonna do it his way, and unbeknownst to him, Sawa might do it her way. She is a Karasomori after all, and none of that blue blood should come out in the open or be mass produced. It can have it can have catastrophic results. Right? It can really have catastrophic results. So, wow. Yeah, it's another great episode from this anime. It's a crucial episode. The way I see it, episode 9 is a crucial episode. Not only does it start off the home stretch of this anime's run, it'll play a huge role in the 4 remaining ones. What we've learned here, what Sawa is finally getting here. Alright. So, Joran, the Princess of Snow and Blood, episode 9. Another mic drop, 2 thumbs up. Sa tindi ng mic drop kanina, nawala yung audio ng mic ko. But anyway, as I've said before, we are now down to the home stretch of this anime. Okay. More secrets are being uncovered, more conspiracies to be uncovered because of this, and I seem to have developed another conspiracy theory for this, that Sawa is going to take matters into her own hands. Right? Considering what she has been through in the past 3 or 4 episodes. Yeah. Okay. Looks like she's ready to die, the way I see it, because she had that conversation with Nana, yung puting uwak na alaga niya. Yun talagang alaga niya. She even asked Nana if that bird is more than willing to die with her. Yep, doon ko nahalata. Kaya ako sinasabi ngayon that I think she's going to take matters into her own hands. That gave me the idea. That brief conversation she had with Nana, her pet white crow, yung nag-enhance sa powers niya, making her totally unkillable and unstoppable. Yep. Making her, well, a snow demon. Wow. That was, that creeped me out a bit. That conversation she had with Nana. I thought, what are you planning to do, Sawa? Anong gagawin mo? Alright. So, let's just see in the next episode what she's planning to do. Okay. So, I am excited, and getting scared for Sawa. Kasi she might be in this all alone. She might be in this on totally she might be totally alone on whatever she's planning. Okay, whatever she's planning based on what I've learned from this episode. Okay, kaya sinasabi ko sa inyo, matindi rin ang deep dive factor ng Joran. If you're still missing out on this anime, I can suspect that you are still a normie. But don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong about that word. It's only, well, probably only mainstreamers would take that as a racial slur. Okay? Only mainstreamers would treat that like a racial slur. Just saying. Right? Love me or hate me, I am still giving out my opinions. Right? So again, Joran, the Princess of Snow and Blood, episode 9. Again, no teasers. Which is, well, rather rich for us. Because, well, I guess this is how Bakken Record preserves the aura that surrounds this anime right now. But now I could be beginning teasers. Well, we just put out another great episode. There's no need for teasers. You will be back for more on this anime. Yup, that's what I'm feeling. I want more. Okay, I want to see what happens in the next episode. So fuck those teasers. I am going to wait for that. Impressive. Alright. So, well, it's a new chapter in Cestus' life. Well, the episode started out as the four of them stable ni Zafar, basically, working themselves to the bone just to help finish a strip of road for the Roman Empire. Well, they are slaves, right? But it's part of their training, okay, for strength conditioning and matinding exercise yun. Yung pag using a pickaxe, matinding exercise yun. Their promoter and Roman master has entered them into a tournament, which was declared by none other than the emperor himself, Nero. Okay, and I think from the commissioner's stories, Nero wants Cestus to join the tournament. He has personally asked Cestus to join the tournament. So wow, all right. Him and Cestus have a history. Okay, if you've already seen the first 3 episodes, the first 2 episodes, you'll get what I'm saying, right? Well, final scene. Camera veered to this guy named Felix. He's both a slave and a gambler, and well, I think he's also a fighter. Okay, mukhang makakalaban ni Cestus, so mukhang makakalaban ni Cestus ito. Alright. So, well, overall, it's a really good episode. Okay, it's a really good episode. Base-wise, okay, let's talk about the base. For the first time, this anime has generally has utilized a slower pace for its episodes, right? Except for, of course, the match Cestus was in, right? Talagang tension because Nearly everybody in the crowd is against him. Okay? Mukhang may pala yung nakalaban niya. Maraming pala. Alright. So, I think I would, I totally understand the pacing of this episode kasi it's a sort of a training period for Cestus. Talagang he's working closely now with Zafar kasi in-enter siya sa tournament na to on orders of the Emperor himself. So talagang puspusan yung training nila. Well, after that first fight, sabi ni Zafar, "Ika Cestus, let's strategize for your next match." Hindi pa nakakapagpahinga si Cestus. Strategy session na. Hindi pa nakakapagpahinga yung tao. Right? So, because, well, this goes to show you how brutal boxing tournaments were at the time. Right? Talagang ganong kabrutal ang boxing nung araw when during its early days in its early days during Roman times. Right? Talagang pinaintindi sa atin ng BN Pictures yung part na yun of ancient history. Now for the flow. My dog's licking my foot. I don't know why. Pardon the distraction. Alright. So probably the first gear shift I saw here was when their promoter called for them and announced that they were all entering this tournament, especially Cestus. Medyo nabigla si Cestus, right? It's okay for he's got no problem joining tournaments, but on orders of Emperor Nero himself. Sabi nga ni Rodok, I smell something fishy here. Last gear shift is of course when Cestus won his first fight in this tournament, and he is not convinced at all. Hindi siya hindi siya nakontento sa panalong ito. As if in Jafar's words, he underestimated the situation. But if you look at it, he was lucky his opponent was that dense, right? Kasi sa point of view kasi ni Zafar, his opponent wasn't smart enough to use the surroundings to his advantage, right? Kasi ang liit ng arena, okay? You can be backed to a corner very easily. It's like the modern boxing ring, right? But your opponent can back you to one of those four corners, and well, if you're not able to counter any one of your opponent's punches, the referee can call the match. Na-TKO ka na. But hindi pa uso TKO nun. Your opponent can literally back you into those walls and pwede kang durugin ng buhay. So that's what Zafar is trying to impart to Cestus. Cestus should be glad he's alive and that his opponent was that dumb. Kumbaga, well, tama sabi niya, third rate lang yung opponent niya. Third rater lang. So it wasn't much of a challenge to him. Nainis pa siya nun. So I think this both gear shifts that I saw will play a huge role in the final probably in the final 5 episodes of this anime. Remember guys, remember mga ka-lifestyle, Cestus is only an 11 episode run. Yep, this anime is nearing its end. So based on these 2 gear shifts, yep, the end is near for Cestus. for this anime's run. Okay, let's be clear on that. Plot-wise, yeah, you could say it's a moderate plot, but due to how the scenes were presented, especially that fight scene, just goes to show you that not every opponent of Cestus is as tough as Emden. Okay, there will be third raters, and yun siguro na realize ni Cestus. It's kind of he did win the match, but he was disappointed. Okay, so moderate lang yung pagkakaplot ng episode, just to make us understand that even during Roman times, there will be days like this for a fighter, okay, for a boxer like Cestus. Meron talagang wins na talagang malalasap mo kasi mahirap yung kalaban, and there will be wins na ganito, too easy too easy that it's gonna disappoint you after the match. Okay, so yeah, even during Roman times there were days like that for fighters like Cestus. Okay, so moderate lang yung pagkakaplot. We probably be in pictures, didn't have to elaborate on it, just get it on and show them how good, and they can still show the viewers how good an anime this is. It's another good episode from this anime, right? So, Cestus the Roman Fighter, episode 7. Deserve pa rin. Yeah, 2 thumbs up kasi, well, considering the fact that the animators showed us how much say a fighter has in booking his matches. Practically zero, because all of them are slaves, so they have no say. So wala rin magagawa si Cestus dito kung ganong kapipitsugin yung nakakalaban niya sa una niyang laban. But Zafar did warn him, you need to be prepared for more hardcore opponents that will use that very same arena to their advantage. So Cestus took it like it was gospel, and well, di na rin siya nagreklamo. So he just went back to training. Right? Kasi yung mga iba niyang kasama, particularly si Pedro, nagre-reklamo na sa training. Okay, nagre-reklamo na. It's a good lesson in how to appreciate what you already have. Cestus sort lost that one. Okay. Mukhang nakaligtaan niya yun for that brief moment, for that brief sequence. Mukhang nakaligtaan niya yun, that you should celebrate. You should, take the small victories as it is and celebrate them. Alright? So, kasi there will be bigger fights ahead. Okay, this is just the preliminaries, kasi the winner of the preliminaries goes on to fight back in Rome. So he's hoping that if he wins it all in this tournament, he will be granted his freedom. That's all he wants. That's all Cestus wants. Kalayaan niya. So again, Cestus the Roman Fighter, episode 7. 2 thumbs up now. Next episode has been teasered. Mukhang may mangyayari kay Cestus dito. Right? I'm not assuming things, but it's better not to trust teasers. So we'll just have to wait for next week and watch the next episode. Take it as it is, then, well, judge it. Wow! You know what? I've never, what you call this? Yeah, Ren and Yo actually fought in the original series, but I never, hindi ko talaga matandaan kung ganito rin yung naging ending ng pangalawa nilang laban. Alright, I couldn't remember, but wow, the match went back and forth. Ito ang tunay na back and forth na match. Alright, so wow, okay. I'm just simply out of words for it. Tell you honestly, mga ka-lifestyle. So, final scene na tayo. Well, according to Silva's observation, because he did oversee the match, both of them ran out of Furyoku at the same time. Same time. So, it's a draw. But, according to the head officiant, si Goldva, they both enter the next round. Alright, so, well, there has to be a decision. So, the Great Spirit told Goldva that they should advance to the next round. So, yun nga. And, well, sabi niya, since everyone is now here, mag-uumpisa na ang opening ceremony. Ooh. Overall, it's a really good episode. Another really good episode from this from the reboot of this classic, right? Pace-wise, ganda ng pace, okay? It's, well, naturally fast, but coming down the home stretch, coming down the latter third of the episode, medyo nagbagal ng bahagya because, well, Studio Bridge had to emphasize that moment wherein Ren acknowledged his loss, and of course Yo kept silent about it because he's probably not sure himself whether he won or lost. So, man, nung sinabi ni Ren that he's out of Furyoku, of course nagkutsig na siya kay Yo, but Yo disclosed that he too is out of Furyoku. So naggera patani ang dalawa. Right, that was a funny scene, okay? I never thought they would inject this kind of a funny scene in such an intense episode. Alright. Wow. Away bata eh. yung nangyari right after. Grabe. So, it was properly paced. Okay, I gotta hand them to that. I gotta hand it to them. It was. Let me rephrase myself on that. It was deliciously paced. Right? Flow naman. Well, first gear shift came when basically Ren was able to call out another guardian spirit, si Black Peach. In-integrate niya doon kay White Phoenix, and well, the team of Bason and Black Peach are now complete na sila. And wow, it's the ultimate Oversoul. And wow, he looked scary. Ren looked really scary. Right? Akala ko matatalo na si Yo eh. But of course, the second and final gear shift came when talagang sinalubong na lang ni Yo yung final move ni Ren. And the battle eventually ended in a draw. Right? Siguro nasalag ng mabuti ni Yo with his last ounce of Ryoko. And obviously, Ren gave it all he got with that ultimate Oversoul of his. Sa pagsugod pa lang kay Yo. Right? I think the final gear shift will play a role in future episodes kasi mukhang I think both Ren and Yo have realized that they are evenly matched. They are evenly matched. And well, they're probably each other's biggest rival. Well, Ren is the first one to acknowledge that because despite to call this being coming out with raging destruction, he just could not beat Yo. Talagang nakokontra siya ni Yo eh. Kumbaga, there was a sequence there wherein pinakita na si Yo ang yin at si Ren ang yang, right? Yin yang, to opposite forces, pero seem contributing to the balance. I think that's the principle of yin yang. Okay, they are two opposite forces, but when they come together, balance is restored. So yep, you can safely assume now that Ren and Yo are evenly matched because plainly with the match, with the fight ending in a draw, but sabay silang sabay na max out yung mga Furyoko nila. Yep, you can safely assume that now. Alright, kaya the final gear shift will play a role in future episodes the way I see it, and of course basing it on the original series. Alright, plot wise, yep, malinis ang plot. Okay, nothing else to say. Nothing else to say. So we got another great episode from a great reboot. Usually pag reboot mag-aalang ang kapanoorin but when it comes to Shaman King, yep, talagang sulit ang oras mo. So Shaman King 2021 episode 9. Thumbs up. You know, 9 episodes in, and wow, it really looks good for the Shaman King reboot, right? I know what we're up against when I took it on. Okay, because well, it's a 52 episode run, so like I said in a past review of this, we will be reviewing this anime for a whole year. Okay, but right now it's worth it. Okay, it's well worth it. I'm having a blast blast reviewing the reboot. Talagang, wow. It feels like I'm watching the original series over and over and over again without getting bored as shit. Alright, because Studio Bridge is keeping their word that they will follow the manga to the letter. And yeah, it seems that they are. It really looks like they are. Kasi talagang hindi ko matandaan yung on how Yo versus Ren 2 ended in the original series. Hindi ko talaga ma-sure kung ganito rin ang ending nun. Alright, because wow, because the way Studio Bridge presented it, I completely lost myself in that huge fight. Okay, talagang, I gotta admit, I was in awe. Okay, I was in awe of that second fight of theirs. Talagang, I thought, sulit ang oras ko. Kahit gawin ko to on ASMR, okay lang. I can still exhibit the same excitement when while I'm doing this review. This episode was well worth the watch. It's totally action-packed and with a totally unexpected ending. Hindi ako na-orient sa ending na to. So again, Shaman King 2021 Episode 9. Two thumbs up, mga ka-lifestyle. So, title of the next episode has been teasered. Wow. Just the title, and I think a B-roll of one sequence there. I don't know. So, I'm not gonna trust the teaser. I am going to wait for next week and watch the next episode.
Ang tense. Grabe. Wow. Bottom line of this episode is, Lena was trying to figure things out. Her best friend and her uncle just threw it at her. Okay. Bottom line, no one wants to help the 86. Okay? Pero to Shin and Company, okay lang yan. He has something he needs to do. Ayun nga. He needs to kill his brother. I think naramdaman niya psychically or parang psychically na malapit na sila magkita uli ng kuya niya. Okay? Final scene. His psychics are now confirmed. His brother's brain is the one piloting yung malaking juggernaut na nakalaban nila last episode. Utak niya ang piloto nun. Yun nga sinabi ng utak na yun. Abangan mo ko dyan, Shin. Oh boy! Utak showdown to. Okay, this will be a showdown. So, this confirms yung sinasabi ni Shin 2 episodes ago na the Legion is the Legion has this diabolical system of having an enemy soldier's brains pilot their juggernauts. So, confirmed nga yun. Kinonfirm ng episode na to. Alright? Overall, it's a fucking great episode. Right? No battle scenes, pero pinakita rito kung paano naging preparation. there are now only 5 of them left sa unit ni Shin, including himself. 5 na lang sila. Okay? 5 na lang sila. Nalagasan sila last time eh. So, I don't know how they're going to how to take that mega juggernaut out. Laki. Right? Ang laki. Whew. It was a really tense episode. So, I don't know kung if Lena already accepted the fact that no member of the Republic is going to help the 86. Right? Pace. Although puro daldalan first 2/3 of the episode. All right? The pace seemed fast dahil intense yung mga conversations. Okay? Intense yung mga conversations. Halata mong halata mo ang politika rito. Halata mo yung the racism. Okay? The racism that this episode is trying to show us. Okay? This all boiled down to racism. Kaya nila ginagano ng mga 86. Okay? It's a classic case of racism. Alright? So, tama lang. Okay? Tama lang yung bilis, it felt really fast, pero technically it's slow kasi puro daldalan lang eh. But if you would clearly listen to the conversations, matetense ka. May stress ka. Okay? May stress ka talaga. Flow naman. Flow naman. Well, first gear shift is when yung best friend ni Lena ang una nagsabi. I forgot. Si Annette. She revealed her past, and she's an 86 hater to the core. Okay, na-reveal niya ito dito sa episode na to. And she doesn't want to see Lena again. Second gear shift. Of course, nung kinumpronta niya yung uncle niya. Okay, she wants those recon orders recalled. Ayaw. Right? Ayaw. So, sino kakampingin ni Lena? Wala. Okay, only Shin and the 86. Okay, kawawa si Lena rito. Okay, kawawa si Lena rito. Final gear shift came, of course, during the post-credit scene. Ayun. It was revealed that Shin's brother's brain is piloting the Mega Juggernaut. Yung sa Legion. Yung bagong weapon ng Legion. Yung utak niya ang nagpapatakbo dun. Okay? And he wants a showdown with his own brother. So, naramdaman din ni Shin. Okay? Well, these 86 have their, parang psychic connections. Okay? And if you're an Alba, you may sense that through your para-raid. Okay, you may sense that. Nasa-sense parati ni Lena yun. Every time nasuot niya yung para-raid niya at online siya, she can also sense that sometimes. Alright? So, looks like we're gonna have a final showdown between brothers in the next episode because of that final gear shift. Intense talaga. Plot, right? Malinis. Talagang there are some cases that you should as an animator you should stress a point. Dito, racism is a delicate social issue. Well, thank you 86 for making me see its ugly side. Okay? So talagang the conversations were tense enough to make me get the point. All right? I stress nga eh. Just by listening to it. Just by, kahit nakasub, just by, wow! Hindi ko ma-explain. Hindi ko ma-explain talaga. Basta, malinis ang plot. Okay? It was so clean that even probably the rookie viewer would completely get it. Kahit hindi niya panoorin muna ang first 7 episodes ng anime na to. Right? He or she would totally get the point of this episode. Talagang ganong kalinis ang plot. Right? Whew! Another great episode from this anime. Ni-stress na naman ako. Leche yan. So, 86 episode 8. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Woo! Thanks. Teka. Inom muna ako. So, well, it's obvious what's going to happen now. The Republic has just sent another set of good kids to their deaths. Just because they are colored. Just because their hair is colored. Hindi sila alba. Alright? And they look for every possible excuse just to justify this system of theirs. Okay? You could tell from whatever Lena's uncle has blurted out in this episode. Alright? Submission to the wrong is never right. Alright? Tandaan nyo yan. Submission to the wrong is never right. You are doing more wrong than right. Kaya yung mga mali, hindi dapat konsintihin yan. Right? 86 is a hard lesson on that. Especially this episode. Right? They've been sending what? Okay, sabihin nyo, sige, filthy colored. Well, that's what they call them. That's what the albas call them, filthy colored. Let's say they're filthy colored. But aren't you filthier too for sending these innocent kids to their deaths? Huh? Are you albas dumb? Are you albas dumb as fuck? Huh? Right? I don't see the logic anymore in what the albas are doing to the 86. Right? They are sending the 86 to their deaths, especially these young kids. Okay? Tandaan nyo, Shin is only probably 15 or 16 years old. Samantalang ito mga albang ito, nagpapakasasa. Okay? Nagpapakasasa. Buti na lang may one of them is concerned about the welfare of the 86 nga, si Lena. Again, at least there's someone from them as concerned as Lena about the 86. Alright, so I don't think this is my theory. I don't think Lena is done helping Shin and company out. Right? I got a good feeling na may gagawin siya rito. Right? I really got a good feeling that she's about to do something that will probably help the 86. That will probably help the 86, and at the same time piss off her kind. Right? Yun ang nararamdaman ko rito. After all, well, 86 is only 11 episodes, guys. So we're now down to the final 3 episodes. Okay? This is episode 8, di ba? Final 3 episodes na. So what are you guys waiting for? Right? If one member of the Robot Romance trilogy, if their fan base dies down, kasi yun ang pinaka death sentence sa isang anime. If their fan base dies down, yan, that's the end of an anime. Okay, that's the real end of an anime. So the Robot Romance trilogy, Combator V, Voltes 5, and Daimos. If any one of their fan bases dies down, 86 can replace them After all, but mecha fans these days are classifying animes like 86 as mecha. This doesn't have a giant robot. This anime doesn't have a giant humanoid robot. Why would you classify it as a mecha anime? Hindi naman yung talaga ang original definition ng pangalan ng genre na to. Right? So, yeah. Taking from their mentality, 86 can replace one member of the Robot Romance Trilogy kasi matinding social issue dito. Racism. Okay? So, yeah. What more can I say? So again, 86 episode 8. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up, mga ka-lifestyle. Well, title of the next episode has been teasered. Wow. That title feels ominous to me. I don't know. Okay? I don't know what's gonna happen kasi hindi naman sila talagang nagti-teaser ng next episode. Yung title lang. So, what are we gonna do? Of course, we're going to wait for next week and we're going to watch that so that we can judge it for ourselves. Impressive. Okay? I'm gonna tell you why. Well, Lou has finally reunited with her master, si Luis. Alright? And there was a funny moment there. It was a really satisfying one for me. Okay, Luis called Ricky repulsive. All right, so according to her, pangit si Ricky. Kasi wala namang ibang magandang mukha sa kanya kundi ang kanyang doll na si Lou. All right, so understandable, pero it's quite satisfying because Ricky is a douchebag. Ricky is the douchebag of this anime, okay? Siyang douchebag dito eh. And to think he's a doll, okay? He's a doll. So, that was satisfying. Now, up to now, he hasn't found his master, si Patrick. Okay? Who's still waiting inside that box. Actually, bumalik na si Patrick doon sa box niya eh. Bumalik siya doon. Obviously. So, now, si Emilico at si Ram, may nalaman pala si Emilico tungkol kay Ram. Right? She actually hasn't been named by Shirley, yung amo niya. Wala sa talagang pangalan. Let's just classify it as bizarre. Okay? Because, well, everything in Shadow's house is weird, okay? The bizarre part is na yung nalaman ni Emilico, hindi masyado pa na nag-give out ng suit si Shirley. Okay? Kasi dinisclose sa kanya ni Ram. And Shirley hasn't named Ram yet. Everybody's getting their own happy ending, okay? So, final scene. Now, Edward has just proven in this episode that he's an even bigger douchebag than Ricky. He is also a shadow. Creepy, right? Well, he was playing the piano like that. Tapos bigla siyang naging shadow. Sabi ko, ano to? What the hell? So sinabi niya, they're just playing in the palm of my hand. Alright? And to think he's also a doll. But one thing that's clear is this. He is using all the other dolls, especially these candidates, sila Emilico. Okay, let's run down the name of the candidates. Si Emilico, si Ram, si Ricky, si Sean, and of course si Lou, the front runner. He's actually using these candidates to get ahead Alright? Talk about a lover of the rat race. Which makes him an even bigger douchebag than Ricky. Gets nyo na? Overall, it's a really good episode. Okay? Although, wala masyadong exciting na nangyari dito. Except for the final scene. Alright? And for kakaiba yung end credits ngayon. Okay? It's creepy. Okay? Ang creepy. Sinasabi ko sa inyo. Pace. What? Understandably slow kasi it led to that final scene which is really creepy. Okay? Alam mo bilisan mo pace, then tapos ganun ka creepy na eksena ang ipapakita mo sa viewer. Alright? You're just going to stress the viewer out. Kaya kailangan yung pacing medyo bagalan mo ng konti. Right? So just to put emphasis on the final scene. Siguro tamang ginawa ng Cloverworks dito. Okay? So tama lang yung pacing, understandably slow if you're going to base it solely on the final scene. Right? Flow naman. Well, first gear shift na nakita ko dito is of course when Lou is finally reunited with her master, si Luis. Alright? Of course, which led to that funny moment. Pinanonood ko munti ko na sabihin o yan, gago, you deserved it. You deserve it for being a douchebag. Mismong Shadow na nagsabi that he's repulsive, he is ugly. Alright? So that was actually a satisfying gear shift. Okay? Second gear shift, of course, nung kumbaga pinep talk, yung pagkaka-pep talk ni Emilico kay Ram, na hanapin pa rin yung kanyang master, si Shirley. Kahit hindi siya kinakausap nito, kahit hindi kailangan ng tulong niya, ama pa rin niya yun. And she needs to finish the debut by reuniting with Shirley. So yun ang pinaintindi sa kanya ni Emilico. And from there, they're separate ways, right? And well, final gear shift came when, of course, Emilico finally has her target right there, that close. Nakita na niya si Kate. So yun, nagkukumawag na siyang nagmadali na siyang pumunta doon sa sa lugar na yun. Kasi kasi at that moment napuputo na yung mga kadenang sumusuporta doon sa bird cage na kung saan nandun si Kate. Tatlo yun. Pak! Konti na lang, mahuhulog na si Kate. Mahuhulog na siya. Because the more soot she gives out, umiipon doon sa parang air vent. It's directly above her head. So, syempre, umiipon ng soot doon. O di lalo bumibigat yun. So, kaya yung tatlong kadenang yun, they broke na. Sa bigat na siguro. In addition to the weight of the cage and Kate's own weight. Bibigat talaga yun. Alright? So, when she heard Emilico's voice, ayun, tumigil ang suit. So, that will give time for Emilico to rescue her. Tumigil na siya sa pag-emit ng suit kasi medyo natitense na siya. Siyempre, kasi the more she gives out suit, ibig sabihin, the more stressed out she becomes. Gano'n lang yan sa mga shadow. The more stressed out a shadow becomes. So, biglang tumigil yung suit, okay. So, you're fine for now, Kate. You're fine for now. So, hintayin mo lang si Emilico na i-rescue ka. That was my mindset when I was watching that scene. napuputol na yung may tatlong kadena na naputol. Alright? So, yeah. I can consider that a gear shift kasi it will play a role in the next episode. Alright? The way I see it. Now, the second gear shift will probably play will probably be a factor in future episodes. Tandaan nyo guys, we're now in episode 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Next week, final 5 the road to the finale will begin. Final 5 episodes. Okay, so malapit na rin magtapos ang anime na to. Pero feeling ko talaga marami pa pwedeng mangyari. Marami pa pwedeng mangyari. Because of Edward's devilish brain. Right? The way I figured it, probably Edward is the doll of I don't know he's probably the doll of the Lord Grandfather himself. Alright? Pero ang tanong ko, why is he also a shadow? Right? Which now leads me to the plot. Planchado ang plot ng episode na to. Because it properly led you to the final scene. Right? Kasi, featured na sa final scene si Edward, si Ali, at saka si Jer. Silang tatlo kasi magkakabatch doon sa debut nila. And they're the only 3 surviving. They're the only 3 remaining from their debut. So, kumaga, mga high-level nobles na ang mga master nila. Right? And I suspect that that Edward is the doll of the Lord Grandfather. Kasi may dad na siya eh. May dad na siya. But, look, there's a question that needs to be answered here. Why is Edward also a shadow? You tell me. Paano siya naging shadow? Why is he both a shadow and a doll? So that's what the plot is trying to impart to all of us. So maganda yung pagkaka-plancha ng plot ng episode na to because it lead to that question. Ba? May sikreto pala tinatawag itong Edward na to eh. Right? Which needs to be exposed. That's just my opinion, alright? So, it's another great episode from this anime. And, it's a great setup for the road to the finale, which starts next week. Kasi, well, episode 8 na eh. Shadow's House is just a 13-episode run. So, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. The road to the finale will start at episode 9. So, Shadow's House episode 8. 2 thumbs up. Bakit? What? Mainly because of the final scene. And, we have seen another doll get reunited with her Shadow Master. Okay, so dalawang crucial moments ang nakita natin dito. Kaya binigyan ko pa rin ng 2 thumbs up. Right? So, sino na lang ba ang hindi pa namimit uli, hindi pa reunited with their own masters? Si Rom. Si Emily ko malapit na. More likely, this will happen in the next episode. She gets reunited with Kate. Okay? So, of course, teka. So, let's discount Emily ko muna. Si Rom at si Ricky. Silang dalawa na lang. Now, the way I see it, Ricky will be dead last year. Okay? Ricky and Patrick will be dead last year. Okay? Okay? Ricky is a douchebag. Okay? He's a douchebag. Patrick, well, pathetically arrogant. That's how I can describe his personality. pathetically arrogant. Alright? Kate wants no part of him. Well, Luis more likely finds Patrick repulsive also kasi she finds Ricky repulsive. Right? And well, practically none of the young nobles practically want a piece of him. They want nothing to do with him. Right? So it may be satisfying for me if Ricky and Patrick become dead last in this debut. Parang mabigyan sila ng konting reality check. Right? Ricky for being a douchebag and Patrick for being pathetically arrogant. Both of them need a reality check. So, if they place dead last in this debut, it may be the most sad. That episode may become the most satisfying one of this anime. All right. So, and of course, there are questions that need to be answered na ni-raise ng episode na to. Of course, number one dyan. How can Edward be both a doll and a shadow? Paano nangyari yun? Ba? Paano nangyari yun? So, I really want that question answered in future episodes. Probably, the road to the finale, we're going to know the answer to that. Alright? So, crucial talaga ang episode na to. So, again, Shadow's House, episode 8.
Thumbs up, mga ka-lifestyle.
Title of the next episode has been teasered. Yun lang. But, nakaka-intriga rin yung title But, we'll just have to wait for next week and watch the next episode kung bakit ganon ang title. Wow! Right, so let's start off with Mikey and Draken because of I don't know, Takemichi's clumsiness. So nagkapatid naman yung dalawa. Alright, I guess well, like I said in the last digest, humor makes us human. So, they just laughed it off, man. And, nakipag-banding pa sila sa barkada isa talagang barkada ni Takemichi nun. Right. Natuwa naman yung mga babae nila, si Hina, si Emma. Si Emma pala, well, we all know, she's Draken's girlfriend, so natuwa naman din siya. And, well, one of the captains, call this, saw him, nag-usap sila. And, well, nagpapasalamat pa nga sa kanya na pinagbati niya yung dalawa. Kundi, well, talagang, he told Takemichi that Toman would be finished if these two continue to fight each other. So, kinwento rin ng captain na to kung sino talaga ang talagang may galing ngayong Draken. Final scene, ayun na. Si Pe pala. Okay. So, he was the one who was really planning to kill Draken. At mukhang gagawin pa niya ito sa harap mismo ng girlfriend ni Draken. Right? So, that's when the episode ended. Wow! Okay? Quite an empowering episode, at the very least. Overall, it's a really good episode. Like I said kanina, like I said a while ago, it's an empowering episode. Bakit? Let's talk about the pace muna. Properly paced. Kasi, well, it was a tense moment at the opening scene. Tapos biglang, Takemichi's antics. Natawa na lang sila Draken and Mikey. Hindi na tinuloy yung away nila. So, everybody got along, right? So, but mind you, this episode was properly paced because it prepared for us for what happened in the final third of the episode. Alright? Talagang hindi binigla ng Leiden Films ang episode na to. Right? Slow enough to make us to build us up for the final for what happened to the final third in the final third of the episode. But not fast. No, hindi nila binilisan ng pace dito. Nope. It's totally unnecessary. It's totally unnecessary. Not required. Okay? Not required ang fast pace dito. Except for of course the funny moment. The funny moment that happened in the first third of the episode. Ako talaga natawa ako. Natawa ako talaga dun eh. Alright? Well, just goes to show you that like I said, humor makes us human, and it solves problems, okay? It stops fights. As in the case of between Draken and Mikey. Right? Takemichi, in his own funny way, made these two best friends make up. Talagang napagbati niya ang dalawang to. At yun nga, yung isang captain, talagang nagpapasalamat sa kanya. He was really thankful for Takemichi for mediating in these two quarrel. Talagang nagpasalamat kanina yung isang captain na yun kay Takemichi. Alright? Flow naman. Well, first gear shift is of course that funny moment. Because if it weren't for that funny moment, hindi magkakabate sila Draken at Mikey. And they wouldn't be able to bond with Takemichi's own gang, yung talagang barkada niya. And well, we just found out that wow, Mikey is pretty good at soccer. He's pretty good at soccer. Talagang nagtitrick shot pa nga siya eh. Right? He's no ordinary thug. Okay? He's no ordinary gang leader. Talagang mukhang may ibubuga siya sa sports. Talagang, alright? Aside from being the leader of Toman, he's also, wow, he's quite an athlete. Pinakita niya rito sa episode na to. Right? And second gear shift, of course, when yung naudlot na live milestone ni Takemichi. Okay? I found that funny too kasi andun eh. Ikikiss na nga niya si first kiss na nila ni Hine. Ito namang isang barkada niya, gago, tinawagan pa naman siya. Alright? That was quite a funny moment. But we all know, eventually, Hina made the first move. Nalikan siya ni kasi he was feeling pathetic about himself. He was feeling sorry for himself. Tumigil ka na, Takemichi. Sige, halikan na kita. Siguro yun ang mindset ni Hina. So, of course, being the straight guy that he is, he has picked himself up again. If it weren't for that gear shift, none of this would have happened. Alright? Final gear shift is, of course, ayan na, final scene. Mukhang si Pe ang tunay talaga na gustong pumatay kay Draken. So, probably, Takemichi and the captain and that captain na kausap niya kanina would rush to Draken's aid. Kasi mukhang nagkaroon pa ng isa pang kakampi rito si Takemichi within the Tokyo Manji gang. It's not just Draken and Mikey already. It's this particular captain. Right? So, wow. That particular gear shift will play a role in future episodes. The way I see it. Tandaan nyo guys. Hindi ko pa nasasabi sa inyo, no? I just received word that Tokyo Revengers will be a 24 episode run. So, I figured, itong gear shift na to, magiging factor to in future episodes. Itong gear shift na, itong particular gear shift na to. Kasi doon ko na naalala that, whoa, Tokyo Revengers will be a 24 episode run. So, marami pang pwedeng mangyari. But this particular gear shift will be a factor in future episodes. Alright. So, now you know guys, Tokyo Revengers is 24 episodes. So, matagal-tagal pa natin i-review ito. Plot! Yeah? Malinis pa rin ang plot. Alright? Wala rin kuskus balong gusto. No sleeper moments whatsoever. Kahit medyo nagbagal yung pace mid-episode. Kasi they were celebrating a festival. They're having a good time. Right? They're having a good time. So, it's just right for the animators to slow it down from here. So, okay lang yun. Okay lang yung bagal na yun. Right? So, talagang halata yung halata na sa plot na ito, talagang it was well planned out. Kaya, malinis. Malinis ang plot. So, well, what can I say? Another great episode from this anime. And, we're going to review this well into the summer of 2021. So, we're going to be reviewing this for roughly the next 4 months. So, I'm personally excited that, I am going to review this for quite some time. Alright? So, Tokyo Revengers Episode 8. Tumingin pa sa taas. 2 thumbs up. Alright, 2 thumbs up. Well, let's talk about that piece of information I just got. Siguro last night, while I was I'm already figuring out how to prepare the summer 2021 roster. Right? So nalaman ko, Tokyo Revengers 24 episodes pala. Ba? So, if my calculations are correct, we are going to have 4 holdovers next anime season. Alright? So, there's, of course, Tokyo Revengers. 24 episodes yan. To Your Eternity. Because it's scheduled for 20 naman. Shaman King 2021. 52 episodes, folks. And, of course, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. From the way I see it, we're going to have a 13 anime roster come summer 2020 for summer 2021. We're going to have a roster of 13 animes, including the 4 holdovers. Kasi, of course, definitely holdovers will have automatic slots in the roster. Yan ang talagang automatic slot. Yeah, and I am elated that Tokyo Revengers will be one of those holdovers. Akala ko hanggang next month na lang ito but it has been announced. Tokyo Revengers will be 24 episodes. So hanggang katapusan na ng September ito. Yeah, we will be reviewing this well into the summer. We will be reviewing this for the next 4 months. Okay, so ilan nangyari ngayon sa episode 8. Katawa-tawa. Grabe. Takemichi absolutely looked like a piece of shit in that first gear shift. Talaga naman. Kasi when he went to that pile of garbage, you'll be dealing with God knows what. So nung paglabas siya doon, hindi niya alam, may etching na pala siya sa ulo. Napansin napansin pareho nila Draken at Mikey yun. So, wow! Literally, Takemichi was a piece of shit at that moment. Grabe. Talagang natawa ako nung sunod. I was laughing my ass off at that scene. I said, "Wow, okay, we're gonna have a really good episode again for this one." So, yun nga, it was a really good episode and quite an empowering one. Kasi, well, there's a life lesson eh. Okay, again, it proves to us again that humor makes us human, and also humor can also end fights. Right? Sometimes the best way to stop fighting is just by laughing at yourselves. Right? And ano ba life lesson yun na ano ko dito? Oh, okay. If you've made the effort, you can still be forgiven by someone. Kasi itong ano eh, remember that scene wherein Emma Emma was actually hitting on Takemichi. That was episode 4. I think episode 4 or 3. Parang ganun yun. Nahuli sila ni Hina. She hasn't forgiven him about that. So, meron na siyang nakitang shooting gallery. O, sige. Tama mo yung kunin mo yung special prize na yan. Sige, patatawarin kita. So, eto naman si Takemichi. Talagang loves na loves niya si Hine. Okay, sige. Just to get your forgiveness. Sige. Hindi niya matamaan. Until that last shot, pook! Natamaan niya. Pero sinabi ng may-ari ng boat, nope, kailangan mong pataubin yung target na yan, hindi lang basta patamaan. So, nagtaka si Takemichi. Ano ba yan? Sabi ko ba no? So, sabi niya, dinayaan ako dun ah. So, well, Hina eventually forgave him. Alright? Because, according to her, he looked cute when he was making the effort. He looked cute daw. Oh my God. You can never understand women that well, ano? You can never understand women that well. So, yun din ang lesson na ipinalala sa akin ng episode na to. Right? So, this episode is quite relatable actually. Right? Grabe. So again, Tokyo Revengers episode 8. 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up, mga ka-lifestyle.
So, well, again, in typical Revengers fashion, no teasers. This what makes Tokyo Revengers exciting to watch. Kasi wala. Mas may teaser eh. Wala! Alaws! But, Leiden Films always makes sure that they're going to put out a great one. So that becomes motivation for us now to wait for the next episode. I love it. I love it what Leiden Films does. What Leiden Films does for this anime. Kaya ganoon lang gagawin natin. Wow! Alright. What we just witnessed here are 2 great duels. Okay? Yung una, Roma versus Romin. Tapos yung sumunod naman, Neil versus Gakuto. The second one, hindi ako na-orient sa ending doon. Alright? Well, basically, let's go down with the who won and who lost. Okay? In episode 49, the duel between Roma and Romin. Okay? Well, everybody thought Roma was going to win. Okay? With this, yung kanyang what I call his rock and roll fiends deck. Pero, well, he clearly underestimated Romin's deck and her new playing style, which is known as Jam. Alright? Eventually, Roa lost. Alright? Kasi, it was one big battle phase after another. I wouldn't call this a I would not call this a seesaw battle. Okay? Kasi first turn Roa dealt big damage to Romin. Then in the next turn si Romin naman. Okay? I think it only first turn of the match, binurn damage ni Roa si Romin. Right? Then ayun. After that, one big damage after another per turn. So eventually Romin won. That duel in itself, maganda. Okay, it was a really good one. And going to episode 50, yung duel naman between Neil and Gakoto, okay, that was even better. It ended in a draw. Alright? So, alam naman ni Gakoto, hindi naman niya matatalo outright si Neil, because he has a maximum monster and he doesn't. So basically, okay. So ganun ang ginawa niya. Medyo katawa-tawang ang episode 50 dahil he switched styles, then kind of went back to his original style to at least force the draw. Right? Kahit si Neil nagulat Wow! Talagang ramdam mo finals dito. Okay, ramdam mo finals. So, final scene of episode 50, ayan na. In-announce, Luke versus Yuga. Actually, this is Luke versus Yuga 2. Okay, mamaya explain. Mamaya, I'll give you the details on that. So, episode 49, ayun, in-announce na Team Luke was able to tie Team Yuga's points. So, kinailangan pa ng isang laban. Kinailangan pa. Nagtabla. Right? Nagtabla. So both team captains have to duel it out na. Para malaman kung sino talaga ang magcha-champion. Right? Overall, these are really great episodes. Okay? Ganda. Excuse me. Inom muna akong tubig. Okay, let's do the explainer. Pace. The pace of both episodes, well, you can understand it. It's fast. By Yu-Gi-Oh standards, it is fast. Kasi dalawang mainit na duel yun. Dalawang mainit na duel. And one of them ended in a draw. So, talagang intense. Okay? We can now say it was an intense 2 episodes. Okay? So, ang flow naman, okay, I'll only break it down to just the biggest gear shift of each episode. For episode 49, the biggest gear shift I saw there was when Romin found, after taking a huge hit from Roa, hindi siya nag-face, natuwa pa nga because, basically, she's having fun. Okay? She's never had this much fun as both a performer and a duelist. So, tayo na lang siya. Winning time. Right? Now, the biggest gear shift of episode 50 was, ayun nga, nung nag-revert si Gakoto to his original style. Pero medyo may konting pagbabago lang. Okay? Konting-konti lang. He just realized it. Nung nag-power outage, that's when he realized it. So, parang, hallelujah moment niya. He had a hallelujah moment. Alright? So, that's when the tide of his duel with Neil actually changed. Alam niya, tinanggap na niya yung fact na he cannot beat Neil as long as Neil has that maximum monster of his, si Igdrago. Okay? it is the first maximum monster after all. Kaya sumunod na lang si Yuga. Okay? So, wow. Right? What? Oh, it just goes to show you, okay? If you can't beat your opponent in a game of Yu-Gi-Oh, just force a draw. Right? Trust me, it's more satisfying than actually beating him. Okay? At least force a draw. That's your, kumbaga, bilang totoong Yu-Gi-Oh player, I know how Gakuto feels in this one. You know that your back is against the wall. The least you could do is force your opponent into a draw. Okay, yun ang ano yung muna. Tsaka mo naisipin kung paano siya talunin. Okay, then after you pull that off, that's when you should think of a way to actually beat him. Alright? So, talagang relate ako rito kay Gakuto. Talagang malakas ang kalaban. Okay? Malakas na deck din ng gamit. So, the least you could do as a player is to force a draw. Then, think about how to win later. Ganun lang yan. Okay? So, those were the gear shifts. Well, but I could not say that the biggest gear shift in episode 49 would be a factor for future episodes. It played a role. Okay? It played a role in episode 50 kasi tabla na sila sa points. So now it's Neil versus Gakuto. So in-expect nga ng lahat na mananalo si Neil. So whether Neil wins, tama. If Neil won this duel, Team Yuga becomes the champion. If Gakuto actually won this one, sila champion. And a draw. It now further complicates things. So, kaya yung biggest gear shift ng episode 50, yun ang talagang may impact in future episodes. Because, well, it sets up now Yuga versus Luke 2. Okay? So, I'll explain. If you recall episode 2, nung hinamon ni Luke si Yuga, panalo si Luke dun. Bagong-bago pa lang ang Rush duel nun. Bagong-bago pa lang. He was able to beat Yuga in that duel. That was episode 2. Now it's episode 50. Episode 51 na. Maglalaban na sila. So, yeah. Who's going to be? Okay? Now, here's the question now. Who is going to be the real duel king na? Okay? So, para bukang bibig ni Luke. I'm going to be the king of duels. Okay? Duel king. Sabihin natin duel king. King of duels ka pa. Uwil! Duel king ang tawag dyan. Okay, so, sabi naman ni Yuga, I created Rush Duel, so I am pushing forward. Alright? So, talagang na-set up na. So, plot-wise, planchado, pareho. Mainly because of their respective duels. Mainly because of the duels. Okay? Kasi, hindi magiging planchado ang isang Yu-Gi-Oh episode kung walang duelo. Right? I've been telling you guys this for a very long time. Even before, I started reviewing Yu-Gi-Oh 7s. Planchado pareho. Okay? There were no sleeper moments, okay? It's impossible to even blink when there's a duel in a Yu-Gi-Oh episode. It's almost impossible to blink. Okay? I could not even see what's it called this? Hiccups. Okay? Hiccups in either episode. Wala akong makita talaga. Okay? So these are two great episodes from, it is the 20th anniversary of the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. So, all right, what a way to if ever what a way to end season 1. Okay? A duel between best friends, Luke at saka si Hyuga. Both are now actually thinking themselves as the duel king. Alright? So it's going to be one terrific episode next time. Guaranteed yan. So, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's episodes 49 and 50. 2 thumbs up. Okay. Whew. Grabe. Episode 50 was sort of really funny kasi nagbago rin ng get up si Gako to eh. Wow. I was laughing my ass off with that one. I was laughing my ass off in that scene. Grabe. Katawa-tawa yung ginawa ni Gako to doon. And everyone was like, si Romin, ano ko mo? Ano ginagawa mo, Gako to? Inis na si Romin. Ikasiguro ni Romin, sasayangin mo ba yung panalo ko? Gumagano. Halos siya, you can tell it from the look on her face at that time. Talagang, nabibuisit na siya. Parang, ang feeling talaga matatalo na sila eh. So, wow. Alright? This is how Yu-Gi-Oh! Ends a particular season. Ends a season 1. Okay, with a tournament. Kasi sa Duel Monsters, of course, nangyari. The Duelist Kingdom arc. And of course, season 2 of that, the Battle City arc. Okay. Then, season 2 of GX. Yan. Season 2 of GX. Nag-deviate sila sa GX. Walang tournament nun. Nagkaroon na ng tournament. Season 2 of GX ended in a tournament. So, medyo nag-deviate ang Yu-Gi-Oh! Doon. Then, in Zexal, ganun din. Season 1. Arc 5, season 1 din. It also ended in a tournament. So, Sevens is still keeping that tradition alive of ending season 1 with a tournament. Yeah, they're still keeping that tradition alive. It's considered a tradition. It's considered a tradition already kasi 20 years, okay? 20 years na ang anime na to. Hindi, 20 years na ang anime franchise na to. So, traditions have been established, definitely. Kaya, dito ba lang sa episodes 49 and 50, halata mo na eh. Na may tradition talagang what you call this? Ina-uphold ng franchise na to. So, fan service mo. You can also call that a fan service moment. So again, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's episodes 49 and 50. 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up, mga ka-lifestyle.
So, next episode has been teasered. Eto na! Right? Luke versus Hyuga 2. Okay? So, who's going to be the winner this time? Okay? So, well, actually, so much is at stake eh. Kasi, Roa has joined the fray in finding out what you call this? Kung meron talagang screw job na nangyayari within Goha. So, pinadala niya sila Geta at si Ushiro para tumulong do sa mga kaibigan nilang hacker. Okay, which includes Sebastian and the cat guy and yung ano ba nga and yung isang obsessed sa paglilinis. Alright? So, yun. Ito pala si Geta, expert hacker pala to. Kahit sinil, bilib dito. So, siguro, magre-releasing. Sige, sige. Pumunta ka na doon, tulungan mo sila doon. So, they're trying to get to the bottom of this. So, while this team battle is going on, kailangan ma-distract ang mga tao and also Goha para hindi malaman ng Goha na meron na palang humahak sa kanila. So, but we're going to watch Yuga versus Luke 2. Right? Kasi yun talaga eh. Yun talaga papanoorin natin next week. Alright?
Wow! Seeing it right now. Arguably the most tense episode of this anime so far. Alright. Milverton has just done his dirtiest work. Alright. Tinuloy niya talaga ang pagpatay sa mga tao nakapaligid kay MP Whiteley. No, his first name is Adam. Alright. Well, kinuntsya pa niya pala si Inspector Sturridge, yung isa sa mga bodyguard ni Whiteley. Alright. In a very gruesome way. I don't want to get into the details of that because it is too well, it's too graphic for me to describe right now. Because well, baka masita tayo ng YouTube, alright? If well, just watch the episode if you haven't, right? So that you can get my point. You can get the point of this review. So, sobrang galit niya. Alright? He kills Sturridge. Then, asks for the help of Albert Moriarty. Well, pipigilan na sana ni Fred ang planong ito ni Milverton. But Milverton's two henchmen stopped him stalled him from what he was about to do. Tapos tinulungan na lang siya ni Louie kasi he's outnumbered. Kung Louie and Fred were able to let's call this, suppress these two lackeys of Milverton, baka napigilan nila ang pagpatay ni ang planong ito ni Milverton. So he met up with not just with Albert but the entire Team Moriarty. We all know they're collectively known as the Lord of Crime. And for the first time, nagpakilala sila bilang ganon kay Whiteley. So they hatched a plan that, well, led to the final scene. Whiteley has himself killed, has himself assassinated. Well, sa mata ng mga nakakita, this is an assassination. Pero nakuntsa pa mismo si Whiteley because, well, he felt so guilty for what he did. Pumayag na siya sa plano ni William na gawin siyang sacrificial lamb for this war that Milverton just declared on the Moriartys. Well, to end the episode, William said, basically, he just accepted Milverton's declaration of war. So it'll now be a battle between, in William's own words, necessary evil versus pure evil. Milverton is the one he's referring to as pure evil. I can't agree with him more. Talagang halang palang bituka ng hayop na to. Talagang demonyo siya. Alright? To have a child killed for his own interests. Yup. That will sicken even the Moriartys. So dapat lang, well, it's about time. It's about time the Moriartys went to war with Milverton. So, yeah, I'm gonna go into the details of that when we start this one. Overall, it's a fucking great episode. like I said a while ago, it's arguably the most tense episode of this anime. Wow. I shouldn't have drank my cappuccino right now because I'm palpitating a bit right now as to how I never shouldn't have mixed Moriarty the Patriot and cappuccino. Right? They're not a good mix. Pace. It was well paced. Okay? A good combination of fast and slow. Of course, syempre, yung assassination scene, and of course, the whole assassination scene, that was tense. And if it's tense, it's fast. I really feel sorry for Sam. Alright? Isang batang walang kamwang-mwang, PWD pa, confined to his wheelchair for the rest of his life. Dinamay sa gulong ito. You can't blame the Moriartys for this. Right? Probably the death of that child was motivation enough for William to convince the others to go into war with this scumbag. Alright? And of course, well, the other fast part is, of course, Whiteley's own assassination, which of course we all know it's William's plan, but Whiteley agreed to it because he gravely wants to atone for the crime he just committed. He was so driven with guilt. He was so driven by guilt when he met up with the Moriartys. Right? You can't blame the guy. He has his honor to defend. Okay. So yeah, the pace was properly done. You can feel Whiteley's guilt, Milverton's evil, and yeah, Moriarty's need to get the Moriartys is, well, the Lord of Crimes need to get even. Right? The Moriartys' motivation to end, to finish what Milverton started, basically. I'm just trying to relax you with my ASMR mode because I tell you, this is the most tense episode of this anime. Don't you ever watch this anime while drinking coffee. Yeah. It's making me palpitate a bit right now. Flow. Well, I can only see two scenes here as gear shifts. Of course, first gear shift was Sam's assassination. Basically, well, bottom line, he is the real target here. He is the real target. So, he's the one talaga ang, well, siya talaga ang gusto talaga ipapatay ni Milverton. The maid, the assistant, they're all just collateral damage. Even Inspector Storage is collateral damage. Kasi, well, Milverton threatened his own family. So, if this particular gear shift didn't happen, hindi makikipagkontsa pa si Whiteley sa mga Moriarty. And well, Milverton wants to go to war with the Moriartys. Well, he got his answer. Final gear shift is, of course, Whiteley's own assassination. This is the Moriarty's way of telling Milverton, "Hey boy, you want a war with us? Come get some." William himself delivered the blow. Siya mismo ang sumaksak kay Whiteley rito. Then escapes and declares himself the Lord of Crime. So, syempre, nakatuon lahat ng atensyon ng pulis sa kanya, so hinabol siya. But if you could see there that Chief Inspector Patterson, kunwari, okay, sige, abulin nyo, pero mananahimik na lang siya, nanahimik siya ng saglit. Halatang halata na may nalalaman siya sa planong ito ng mga Moriarty. And he knows that, well, he probably knows by now that Milverton was behind the murders. Alright? So, basically, whatever the Moriartys do, shut up si Patterson. This is no exception. Alright? So, wow. These 2 gear shifts, guaranteed, will have an impact in future episodes. Tandaan ninyo. So, we're now on the road to the finale, and those 2 gear shifts will probably be a factor in the final 4 episodes of this of season 2. Saan yan? Plot-wise, definitely no sleeper moments. Affected ako sa pagkakapatay kay Sam, and I really felt Whiteley's grief, really felt Adam's grief here. And during his meetup with the Moriartys, you could tell by William's face that he wants Milverton dead. He wants to go after Milverton. Siya mismo. And well, Albert and Louis obliged. Kasi you can tell by the look on the brothers' faces that they considered Milverton to be a scumbag, a demon. Okay? Ang kanila kasi, they view it as a necessary evil. Even Whiteley believes that upon his death. Okay? So, sabi nga ni William, this will be a battle between necessary evil versus pure evil. That pure evil, again, is Milverton. Noon pa lang, 2 episodes ago, sinabi na ni Moriarty has already given the kill order for Milverton. Yep. And that kill order has been justified in this episode. Justified na. Without a shadow of a doubt, Milverton needs to die. Alright? He needs to die. So, the plot was, wow, well fucking laid out. Talagang malinis. Because you can now see the motivation behind the Moriarty's war with Milverton, which has been set in stone for at least since 2 episodes ago. Okay? It has been set in stone. So, talagang production IG for me has over-delivered again in this episode. This time for this episode, talagang I never should have drank cappuccino while watching this episode. Okay, but thanks to this review I'm doing. It's I'm letting out the emotions I felt a while ago while I was watching it. Alright. I thought, Milverton, it's time to die. Dahil may dinamay kang bata. Okay? PWD pa. Walang kamangwang, walang kinalaman sa gulong ito, walang kinalaman sa politika. Dinamay mo pa. Right? You, Milverton, you need to die. And whatever the Moriartys, do to you, I'm gonna cheer for them. Okay? I will absolutely cheer for the Moriartys in this one. So again, well, it's a fucking great episode from this great anime. Okay? It continues to justify my my classification of it as a great anime. Talagang, well, it's place in the inaugural Lifestyle 10. It's more than justified right now. I'm telling you. You forget, mga ka-lifestyle, Moriarty the Patriot is an inaugural member of the Lifestyle 10. And because of what I can now say, its second season, it's more than justified. And I'm telling you now, mga ka-lifestyle, it's a strong contender for the Otaku 5. Because it continues to not only to make me deep dive into every episode, but it also triggers emotions from me that will make me understand further the episode. Like right now, episode 9 is no exception. I'm not gonna drink any kind of coffee again while I review Moriarty the Patriot. Nope, dala na ako. So, Moriarty the Patriot second season, episode 9. You guys heard that mic drop? Wow. I'm telling you guys, this is the most tense episode of this anime so far. I've seen season 1. No episode in season 1 was this tense. Okay. And was this graphic. Okay. To think that an enemy of the Moriartys would basically target a child for an assassination. What the hell? Even the Moriarty brothers find this one sick. After all, they are nobles themselves. Alright? They are nobles themselves. But they find this what we can call it an act of cowardice kasi bata ang dinamay sa gulo eh. Okay? This is a flat out act of cowardice. Well, even the Moriarty brothers find this one sick. So, yep. William's kill order for Milverton is now set in stone. Kasi nung 2 episodes ago, when he told the others that this man should die, we should eliminate him, sabi niya. Medyo nag-aalangan pa yung mga ibang kasama niya eh. Lalo na't si Bond at saka si Moran. Silang dalawa. You could see it in their faces. Medyo kaya ba natin to? But now with what Milverton did to this child and what he forced Whiteley to do, right? This is beyond forgiveness. This is beyond evil. Right? This is below. This is below the Moriarty style. So, well, I might even feel sorry for Milverton because the Moriartys are out to wipe him off the face of this earth, to erase him from, well, to practically erase him from the history books. The Moriartys, well, we all know the Moriartys are capable of that. Yeah. Screw jobs are their specialty, and Milverton has barely scratched the surface when it comes to that. Okay, he's just proven to all anime fans how much of a scumbag he is, how much of a how much of a demon he is, and how necessary he needs to be exorcised by the Moriartys. Exorcised. All right. So I'm going to look forward to this final battle between Milverton and the Moriartys, because, well, let's dive into it a bit. It's because, well, I personally feel that whoever wins this war will face Sherlock Holmes in the finale. This is going to be one hell of a war. All right, probably a war that will shake London, to the core. So again, Moriarty the Patriot, second season, episode 9.
Thumbs up, mga ka-lifestyle.
Next episode has been teasered. Looks like we're going to sidetrack a bit. Let's find out what it is. All right. So, see you guys next week for this review.